I'm Jeremy, and welcome to another episode of Practical IT. In this episode, we're going to be taking another look at how we can set up multiple hard drives in OpenMediaVault differently than what we did in the initial setup video. In this case, I've got 6 identical 4 gigabyte virtual drives attached to a virtual SCSI controller. Okay, so we have 6 disks, and we are actually going to set them up. We're going to use 4 of them and set them up in a RAID 10. So without further ado, I'm going to move this window out of the way. Take a look at our OpenMediaVault before we start it up. And as you can see, I've got right in this area here 6 SCSI disks labeled 0 through 5, OMV SCSI 0 through 5, to line up with ports 0 through 5. So we will go ahead and start our VM. And this will take just a moment or two to boot up. So we will bring back our web browser, good old Google Chrome, and come in here to our new tab with our IP address and log in with our default username and password. Okay, now we can come to physical disks, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hard disks up here at the top, all 4 gigabytes in capacity each. So we're going to come down to RAID management. We're going to create and look at our options. We've got RAID 10 as an option. And it says minimum 4 disks are required. Let's just go ahead and use all 6. So we will call this RAID 10 and say create. And yes. Wait until the RAID has been initialized before creating a file system. We can say OK to dismiss that. And this will take a minute. Can say apply. And yes. Okay, so with our 6 disks at 4 gigs apiece in a RAID 10 array, we are showing a capacity of 11.99 gigabytes. So basically 12 gigabytes out of 24 that we have in our array. Okay, so we're under file systems. We've got to create a file system for our new drive. So we'll say create, select a device, and this is going to be our RAID 10. We're going to call this store RAID 10. We will continue, we'll make it consistent and use Btrfs there again. Say OK. Yes, and this is going to take a minute or 3 to complete. File system creation has completed successfully. So now we need to do store RAID 10. We need to mount it. Apply. Yes. And now we can go to SMB and CIFS, shared, add, and we will say add test share 2. This is going to go on our RAID 10. Path is going to be test share 2. We'll leave the default permissions at this point in time. We will save this and save this here again and apply that. Yes. Okay, so now we can go back to the Mac, minimize some stuff here. And we will connect. And this will take a moment. Okay, and now we've got test share 1 and test share 2 popping up. We can select test share 2, say OK, and it will pop up test share 2. And we can come on here and create a new folder, folder 1, and inside the folder we can let's see. We'll just take and do a new Finder window, and we'll come over to let's do downloads, and we'll take a couple of files and just drag them over here. As you can see, they're on the drive already. This is on our RAID 10. And so we have successfully added let's go back to RAID management. We've added a RAID 10 array with 6 disks. Granted, this is pretty small. 12 gigabytes. We've used a minute amount. Let's see, soft store RAID 10 ButterFS 9.55 gigs, 9.95 gigs available. Used 400 kilobytes. KIB is kilobytes. And it's online, and it's all set to be used. Okay, so to recap, I added 6 disks before the video. When we came back to the video, we took a look at the virtual machine in VirtualBox before we started it up. When we started it up, we added the disks to an array. We created a file system. We mounted the file system, and we created a new shared folder on that new array. So now that we've got this set up, and it really would be the same to set it up on real hardware. You might be asking yourself, well, what would I use this for? So here are a few ideas. A lot of people want to keep a bunch of family photos, and they don't want a lot of risk involved in storing them because they want to pass them on to children, grandchildren, etc. So you may put family folders after they've been edited onto your NAS. Another thing that is common for people to do is they will take DVDs, CDs, Blu-rays, and rip your movies and music collection and store that on the NAS so that you can easily access it on multiple devices within your household. The great thing about this is you can rip them. You can put your original CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays in storage. And if you should encounter a catastrophic failure, you've still got your discs so that you could rebuild that whole library of music, movies, Blu-rays, etc. And so, bottom line is that at least for, family movies, family pictures, things of that nature that you yourself have created, there is nothing at all stopping you from moving those pictures and movies to a NAS where you have redundant backup and can be relatively assured of having them in case of some sort of catastrophe. Now, I still always recommend backing up, but this should go a long way to keeping your family pictures and things safe so that they can be passed down to future generations. On that note, we have come to the end of yet another episode of Practical IT. This is going to be the last in a series of OpenMediaVault episodes, at least for the time being. We may still revisit this at a later date and go over some additional configuration options, such as different users and giving users different permissions for different folders, which can be very useful. And we may also take a look at the extensions that are available, the software add-ons that are available for OpenMediaVault. Until then, this is Jeremy Like signing off for Practical IT. If you enjoyed the video, please take a moment to like, comment, and share the video. We greatly appreciate it. Have a great day. Thanks again for watching.